Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. I'd like us to start this session by asking a very important, very fundamental question regarding Haiti. Now, did Biden hoodwink Ruto into sending troops for the Haiti mission?
I must commend the United States. They did make available logistics, vehicles, but unfortunately, most of the vehicles were second-hand vehicles, and therefore they broke down a lot many times. And
remember, Kenyans did not support the idea that our own police force were going to be deployed in Haiti, whereas we have crisis here at Wajir, banditry areas. That move was not welcomed by Kenyans, but the Kenyan authority did it. Now,
you said that Kenya is committed, and in your Carter speech in Atlanta, you said it's based on humanitarianism, helping Haiti out. But can you explain the geopolitical goal, 12,000 kilometers away from Nairobi, when schools in the counties of Baringo, West Pokot, and Turkana have not yet opened because of the banditry problem, yet you are committing our national police force to Haiti, and where is the priority? This being one of your major manifesto pillars, talking about security.
The main reason why I've decided to revisit that part is because of a statement that William Samoei Ruto delivered during the UNGA meeting. And in that meeting, Ruto talked about US providing Kenyans with second-hand vehicles. Now, these second-hand vehicles ended up breaking down all the time whenever they had some missions there, whenever they were doing some routine surveying of the areas. So these vehicles would break down. And this is the main reason why Kenyans have lost police, at the hands of these gangs. Now, that's the main reason why we have to revisit this issue of Biden, because Biden promised Kenyans, Kenyan government, $100 million. That was the pledge. In fact, if you go to PBS News right now and just try to do your own research on that, you find that on September 22nd, 2023, Biden pledged $100 million to back proposed Kenyan-led multinational force to Haiti. Then I remember this issue was presented at the US Congress, and this was passed. So the big question is, where did this money go to?
Providing $375 billion in.
Because Ruto surfaced and said they were given second-hand vehicles. Now, before we explore this story regarding the statement delivered by William Ruto, ladies and gentlemen, kindly take this opportunity, like this video, subscribe to our channel if you had not subscribed before, and to our existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel cannot grow. Now, the question was, did Biden hoodwink Kenyans? Now, first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, let us listen into what William Ruto said.
personnel would be made available. Unfortunately, they were not made available. It was also expected that there would have been force multipliers, that we would have armored personnel carriers, we would have enough logistical support to be able to make this mission successful. I must commend the United States. They did make available logistics, vehicles, but unfortunately, most of the vehicles were second-hand vehicles, and therefore they broke down a lot many times. And in fact, it put our personnel in great danger when they broke down in very dangerous places. But at least they stepped up. We didn't, however, get any useful support from any other quarter. If we don't correct the mistakes of the past, we will most unlikely succeed.
Very well, ladies and gentlemen. Now you understand the main reason why we are very concerned on the promise that Biden made. If these funds were released and they were never utilized fully to deal with this mission, then where did these funds go to? Now, we all know that somewhere there between June, July there, Rigathi Gachagua was on the US and mounted a lot of campaign there. And that's the main reason why you find that people like senators like Jim Rich and Chris Coons had to actually come up with another petition that is seeking to look at Kenya differently on this issue of non-NATO ally status. So they wanted that revised. On the same time, we were also confronted with the reality that this issue of AGOA ilikuwa ile deal inaenda kuisha, so there was need to have it revisited so that it can the contract can be signed again. So those are some of the things that Ruto is going to be confronted with while still in the US. But Ruto said that the US, in very few words, betrayed Kenyans by giving Kenyans second-hand vehicles that posed a huge risk on the police. And that is the main reason why, for those of you who've been following the story of Haiti, you realize that there's a Kenyan police who, by the name Benedict Kuria, who had died in an ambush. But the Kenya Police Service said a search for him was continuing. Now, this is a case whereby a vehicle broke down, and then there was a gang ambush. So I think in the process, Benedict could have been abducted. I'm just saying could have been, because the police service have never given a clear picture of what really happened. But Benedict Kuria and some colleagues were ambushed. That was in March by suspected gang members. And this matter was reported by the Haitian media that he had died. But you see, just like I told you, the Kenyan Police Service said the search was going back then. So these are just one of the cases which I think Ruto is trying to refer to there when he's trying to argue his point against the US promise. So I think if that is the case, then I think the best solution is Kenya to withdraw its forces there, because sasa kama hakuna hiyo support, mnapewa second-hand vehicles ambazo ni kama zimechapa. It's like they're being dumped there in the Haiti. So ni kama hiyo ni suicide mission. That is just like a suicide mission. See, those people, the gangs there, are determined to take over the government at all costs. So the best thing what they want done is that the Kenyan police under the MSSS should really just withdraw their troops there. That is actually the call, you know. So Ruto's admission of the challenges in Haiti are just a confirmation that hii mission haiwezi faulu. It's a mission ambayo in kama imefail. The only solution maybe ni kugawanya tu Haiti, kugawanya, kuacha gang members na kwa upande wao wapigane vita, wapoe nchi yao, wapigane mpaka wachoke, but the peaceful civilians to reside in another country. So splitting the nation could be one of the solutions there, by the way. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to rest my case there. Just go below in the comment section and tell us what you think about Ruto's remarks. Perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe. Like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.
Thank you once again for choosing YOLENO TV as your favorite political channel.